Hey guys, Ponce here on the public test realm. There's just been a patch that released a whole bunch of item changes. As you can see, there's also this NASA skin, which I covered in another video if you want to check that out. But yeah, Season 4, or rather Pre-Season 4 item changes are in. At least a lot of them are. So I'm just going to go over those. This video will be just about the support items and sort of items affected by the base, support item changes. I'll also be doing a video on basic items and trinkets, and another video on jungle items, is sort of because there's a lot of stuff. I don't want to cram it all into one video, but yeah, those will be linked in the description and in the annotations at probably I guess the end of this video. So if you want to check that out, you can go check that out there. But yeah, before I start, I'm just going to mention none of the stuff is final. I don't know if this is going to go live server. Some of this might get scaled back or nerfed or buffed or who knows. But in any case, this is what we have available for testing for us right now. Why don't we start off with the three new sort of gold gain source items for supports. There's a three very basic and mutually exclusive trees. You can't build all three of these things. We're going to start off with Executioner's Emblem. So now, as I was saying, these three progression paths have a start point that you can start right at level 1. One of them is Executioner's Emblem. Costs 365 gold, gives 50 health and 6 HP regen per 5. And it has an execute mechanic where you basically use an ability on a minion below 200 health. It'll instantly kill it. This effect can occur up to twice per minute. Minions killed by execute restore 2% of your maximum health to the nearest allied champion and grants them gold equal to the kill plus 5. So you execute it, it gives your, let's say, AD carry the full amount of the gold that you got plus extra amount. So it's kind of neat. That upgrades into Reaper's Emblem, which will cost 850 gold total, 175 health, and 12 HP regen per 5. Same execute mechanic still exists, but now the allied champion gets 10 gold instead, or 10 extra gold instead of 5. And finally, that upgrades into Martyr's Call, which gives or costs 2,000 gold total, and also needs a ruby crystal. Gives 400 health and 25 HP regen per 5. Now the old execute mechanic is exactly the same, still gives the same 10 extra gold to the person near you. But it has a unique active health bomb. Now you guys might have seen this in the forums before. This has actually been changed from a little bit from when they last talked about it. So it now consumes 20% of your current health to shield target ally for 10% of your maximum health for 4 seconds. After 4 seconds, hold on a sec. Where were we? About that, the thing came up. I had to get rid of it. How did we get booted out of the server? After 4 seconds, the target explodes, dealing 10% of your maximum health as magic damage in the area. So yeah, that part's new. They were talking about how this might be sort of a tank item, kind of hinting that possibly champions like Cho'Gath might take it. But it looks like it's definitely progressing out of the Executioner's Emblem path at this point, if it ever did it from something else. And it also has an exploding portion, so that's kind of neat. Next, let's move on to Felo Pebble. So Felo Stone now actually builds out of something called the Felo Pebble, which gives HP 5 and MP 5, as you can see there. And it grants 2 gold each time a nearby minion dies that you didn't kill. Now, I'm not sure, but the way this is worded makes it look like anytime someone near you, they don't even have to last hit. So if your AD carry sucks at last hitting, I guess you're not punished for it. That would be nice, but I don't know if that's actually the case. Next we have Felo Stone, which gives 8 HP 5, 11 MP 5, 2 gold per 10, so at this point you're getting passive gold generation, and grants 4 gold each time a minion dies, rather. So that's more so than the old 2. So more passive gold generation. And Shirelia's Revelry, the new one, gives 20 cooldown reduction, 10 HP 5, 15 MP 5, 2 gold per 10, and grants 4 gold each time a minion dies, plus has the old, speed up active. Incidentally, you'll notice Felo Stone doesn't build into the wide array of items it used to. Those have been affected, and I'll talk about those in a bit. But now it just builds into Shirelia's.
Mankind's corruption spreads no further.
That's great, Nasus. Last we have Cages or Kages. I'm not sure which it is, but the lucky pick. So this is what this looks like here. Starts at 365 gold, grants 10 ability power, 3 mana regen, and 2 passive gold per second. Now its passive is Pickpocket. Basic attacks grant champions grant 4 gold up to once every 10 seconds per enemy. Killing a minion disables this passive for 10 seconds, so basically you don't want to be last hitting. That's obviously a very support-ish item. I guess they didn't want, 80 carries and stuff taking this and getting lots of extra, or rather maybe like a top lane that might be able to use it or something. That's not what they wanted. So this will build into. We're just going to go with Cage's lucky pick. That's the pronunciation we're going with. I don't care if it's wrong. Now it gives 20 ability power, 7 MP5, and 4 gold per 10. And the Spellblade passive now grants 8 instead of 4. So that's been doubled. And the progression path, Shard of True Ice. Now this grants 50 ability power, 10 mana regen, and 4 gold per 10. Still has the whole Spell Thief mechanic, and now Frost Nova, that thing you used to place on a person and then it would slow everyone near that said ally that you placed it on. Now it's been changed. Frost Nova slows target enemy and all nearby enemies' movement speed by 50% for 2 seconds. So I think it slows for more, but the duration is lower, and you place it on an enemy. Now you might notice this also builds into Twin Shadows. This is the only progression, or rather support progression item that builds into a second item, and it doesn't have a passive gold or any kind of gold generation thing. I don't know what this means for this item. Maybe they just haven't changed it yet, or they're going to leave it in. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's how that works now. And moving on from there, items that have been affected by the support changes. Let's start off with Banner of Command. So as you can see, Banner of Command now builds out a Fiendish Codex and Blasting Wand because the old emblem doesn't exist anymore. And so the stats are quite different. Sort of they're looking, I guess, this is more so a mid item at this point because it gives quite a bit of AP. Gives 80 AP and 20 cooldown reduction. So if you need a cooldown reduction item, this looks like a pretty good choice. And now nearby allied minions deal 15% increased damage. So that's the same, but it no longer grants the passive HP 5 aura thing that it used to. But it still has the active promote thing. So there's that. That's the new Banner of Command. And Mikhail's Crucible. Let's go to that one. So of course there is there's no more Felo stone in there. So it's basically cheaper. The item cost has gone down to 1,600 from 2,500, and recipe was 920. Now it's down to 720. No more HP 5. The base MP5 has gone down a little bit, but other than that, it's the same. The passives and the active are the same. So it's like a very, I guess, mana hungry support item thing. Sort of interesting. I don't really know what they're going to do with this item too much because there's a couple cases where yes, items are just simply taken out of the build progression thing. So it'd be interesting to see if people start using this thing more. Same thing happened with Olm Wrecker. There's no more Philo Stone in there, and stats are shuffled around and costs are shuffled around. I don't want to. I'll show you guys, but I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't really know if that's final or not. I can't even find it. Whatever. In any case. The other one was Elisa's Miracle. Yeah, again, Philostone was taken out of there, and the passive thing that, made your summoner spells, the cooldown faster, whatever it was, that's been taken out. So I suspect something will be happening to this item. Like they haven't put it in the game yet, so I don't want to talk about this one at all. But yeah, those are the basic support progression item things. Some neat stuff. I look forward to testing that soon. And yeah, if you guys are interested, those other videos will be up soon about the other item changes. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.